Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to configure your TP-Link Wi-Fi router which can be connected to your BSNL FTTH fiber modem so that you can make use of your existing devices and you don't have to purchase any new devices. I have already made a video for D-Link router and if you go to YouTube, this is the link for that particular video in which I have clearly shown how to configure FTTH fiber modem and how it is connected to the D-Link router. So for the BSNL FTTH fiber modem part, the configurations are exactly same, and since there is no change, I thought not to make a duplicate video for that. So if you want to see how FTTH configurations, you can come and watch this video. And in this video I'm going to show you only the TP-Link router configuration part, I mean the Wi-Fi router configuration part. So please come and watch my D-Link router video, the one which you are seeing in the screen, and which will give you a fair idea how FTTH fiber modem needs to be configured. Normally, typically this will be configured by the BSNL technician, but still, if you want to see, how it is configured and some corrections you want to make, then you can always refer this video and go and, make changes. So this is a new box which I have right now with me. Eventually, I thought sell it on OLX or to someone, but since there are a lot of requests coming in to know the configuration of TP-Link router, I thought, okay, let me make use of this particular router for maybe a lot of people needed that particular information. So let me unbox it and show you the related configuration, how it can be configured with BSNL FTTH fiber modem. Okay, so this is the modem box. Quick installation guide, CD, and some public license notice. Okay, so this is a router. The old one which I have was with white color, but I think now they have sent me one with blue color. This is a router. It's TP-Link 300 Mbps wireless and ADSL 2 plus modem router. Okay, and we have cables. It's RJ45, and the phone cables RJ I think 11, and we have a splitter and power adapter for the router. So that's what we got in the box. Let me connect this and configure this and record that session. Okay, so this is my FTTH modem which was earlier connected to my D-Link router, which you should have seen in my previous video. Now I have removed that connection on the back side of this D-Link router and now connected to the new TP-Link router. So let me show you the back side. Hi, now to access the TP-Link Wi-Fi interface through web page, you need to have a website address or HTTP address where you can connect through the RJ45 cable from the PC, and you need a username and password. In case of TP-Link router, if you see at the back side, they have clearly labeled what is the username and password here. So if you see here, they have mentioned default access, then the website name is http tplinkmodem.net, and username is admin and password is admin. This is the default username and password, and once you log in, you have the options to go and change it. To access the modem interface, type http tplinkmodem.net, click enter. So you will get the login page where the default username is admin and password is admin, but I have already changed my password, so let me type my password to login. Okay, so now this is the first login page which you will get. So right now we have accessed this interface using the HTTP URL, the default URL given. So you can see the IP address assigned to the boxes right now 192.168.1.1. This is something which I have manually set. So when you log in for the first time, the IP address which you are going to see may be different. So you can just go and verify it. If it is not reflecting something which is in the range which you are going to define, then you can always go and change it to whatever you want. So I'll go to advanced setup, LAN, and you can come and change the IP address here. So why do we have to change it? Because first thing is, it should match with the IP range which you are going to define for your network, and second thing is, if this is not working, ideally it should work, and alternate way to access this login interface is through the IP address. So I'm going to log out, and I will show you how to access using this IP address. Okay, actually I have already connected and made the configurations, but let me show you what all configurations I have done to get it working. So you'll have to go to quick setup, click on next, okay, select the ADSL WAN option, click next. Here you can select the country as India, and here you have to select other option, otherwise the WAN link type will not come up. So you select, here you can see now the WAN link connection came up, select it as bridge, okay, and encapsulation mode I have selected as VCMux. Click next. So then it will ask you whether you want to enable wireless. I think by default it will be checked, and this is the wireless network name. This is the default name given. You can change the name to whatever name you want, and network authentication, select WPA2 personal, it's best recommended. Wireless key, you can update the key. By default I think it will be 257996 44. It may be different for you, but you can try that, or you can update that password whatever suitable for you. Click next. It will show you the summary of the configuration. You can click confirm. I have already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. And another thing which you have to do is okay, so under advanced setup, come to LAN, Here if you want to change the IP address, you can change it, but I'm keeping it the default value 1.1. And if you remember my FTTH router also, the starting IP range I gave it as 1.1. So both are matching, so it's fine. Okay, here was enable DHCP server. So since your FTTH router is going to access DHCP, I'm going to you have to make it disabled so that FTTH router can release IP address for all the machines connected to the Wi-Fi. After that, you have to come and save and apply. Okay, and by default this client isolation is unchecked. Just go and double check whether it is unchecked or not. If it is checked, you have to make it unchecked so that the devices can ping your FTTH router and there won't be any isolation. That's pretty much it. Right now I'm connected to the LAN, so anyway, just to show, I'm using the WAN connection. I mean, these are not connection. I have turned on the Wi-Fi. So let me turn on the Wi-Fi. Okay, now I can see TP-Link 1546. That's the name I have given. It's up. So let me connect to it. Okay, it's connected. Let me go to google.com. Cisco. Yeah, it's working. It's working perfect.